I think the reason that you know that pursuing that we'll just call success makes things easier, makes life easier from personal experience, and because we've seen other people that have embraced the hard that turns into easy. So it goes back to communities, tribes, groups of people. Tony Robbins says our second biggest fear is not being enough, not being good enough, smart enough, having enough money, which ties into our biggest fear, which is not being loved. And loved is liked, included, being a part of something. Everyone wants to be a part of something. I think that from an entrepreneurship perspective, from a personal development growth perspective, from a success perspective, we've seen that group, we've seen that tribe, that community, and I want to be part of that tribe. So people that don't want it is they're perfectly happy with the tribe that they're in of I make $30,000 a year and play video games and I'm part of my video game thrive and that creates fulfillment in me. Now, we could make the argument they've not seen another tribe. They've not been exposed to other things. Okay, great. Now, if they're exposed to that, the question is, do they want to be part of that? Do they want that thing bad enough? Are they willing to go do the work to get it? I think it comes back to our basic wants and needs as humans of what we want to be a part of and fulfilling and overcoming those fears of not being enough, not being a part of something, not being liked, loved, whatever. For me, the way that I believe, God's no respecter of persons. So if someone else can do it, I can too. There was a set of success principles that they applied that were simple. So the way for me to be successful and be part of that and achieve what they've achieved is to take those things and apply it to my life. Those things aren't applied the same way. It goes back to why here's the 7 steps to success won't work, because if you apply it the exact same way they did to your life, it's not going to work the same way. You actually have to figure out how to apply those things. It's as simple as getting your mind right. Well, that's different. If you've been through some huge traumatic event, there may be professional parts that you need to do. You may have to figure out how do you learn differently? How do you snap yourself out of it? When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to be getting up in the morning. And I now know, having done it over and over and over, when I step foot on the treadmill, I don't want to listen to podcasts. I'm not going to lift today. I'm only here because if I don't and post a picture about it, someone on social media will be like, Phil, not get up this morning, whatever. I now know, okay, I need to jam out to some music. That's going to light my fire and turn me on, and I'm going to want to work hard. And now all of a sudden, I start getting the blood flowing. Oxygenate my brain, get some feel-good chemicals. Now I want to listen to Andy Frisella, right? Or I'm going to go listen to this. And now, okay, now I want to lift. That momentum creates more motivation. That's the thing that people don't understand is the only things we can control are what we do and how we respond to things. That's the core element of a mindset. If you're not taking action, then you need to go get your head straight so that you take action. Or if you're in a bad headspace, go take action. You'll fix that. It's literally that simple.
It is that simple. And this is the frustrating part. Because here's the thing. I'm not frustrated that people struggle. We all struggle. I'm not frustrated that they're not perfect. I don't ever think I ever achieve perfection because I'm always trying to level the fuck up. Right when I get close to being really good, I press myself more. And it's like, man, I don't have those skills. And so I'm not. But what I want them to fucking do is say, I get it. I accept it.
And I choose not to.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
I've been saying for years, I just want to put them to a choice.
Yeah.
Let me get them to a choice. But most people won't do it because they don't want to accept the bullshit. They don't want to accept that, you know what? I make bad decisions. They don't want to accept that, oh, I haven't worked on my mind. I haven't read the right books. Like, all they need to do is find their person, find a Tony Robbins, but listen to Jim Rohn. If I say it one time, I've said it 10,000. I only need to hear one thing from him, and it is, you got to work more on yourself than you do on your job. That's how simple this shit is. And working on yourself is reading the right book and programming your mind.
Right.
Working on a mindset. Being around successful people. Making some choices to do things that are going to lead you down this path of success. I really believe, I do, this is a belief that I have, is that most people think it's really complicated.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I think they get overwhelmed. It's so simple.
So I also believe that when you take someone's illusions away, when you take away the things that they don't know, especially ones that they've built in for comfort purposes, those can't be undone. When someone sees the truth about something, they can't unknow it. We have built those in as humans, right? So when you tell someone, it's as simple as that. It's not even, you can make a conscious choice. Yes, I agree. I'm just not willing to do the work. For most people, subconsciously, they're not going to acknowledge it, because as soon as they do, the illusion of it's way more complicated than that kicks in, and they now have an excuse. It's all about excuses.
Why? Yeah. Why are we always searching for an excuse? Why are we?
An excuse.
Because me and you probably are at times too.
100%.
Subconsciously.
That's why it's top of mind right now. Because I've the last week or so been unwrapping my excuses. And I heard one time that an excuse is just a lie wrapped with a reason.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a reason.
Yeah.
I'll give you a reason.
Yeah. And I had a mentor that said any excuse will do.
Yeah.
When I'd make an excuse, any excuse will do.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to convince me, like, you're making an excuse. It doesn't matter what excuse you come up with. Anyone will do. We make excuses all the time. John Maxwell says the opposite of success isn't failure. The opposite of success is excuses. You can become successful from failure. You can't become successful from excuses.